You think you know Seinfeld? Well, here's 10 things you may not have known about the show about nothing.
What kind of lives are these? We're like children. We're not men.
No, we're not. We're not men.
We're pathetic. You know that?
Yeah, like I don't know that I'm pathetic.
In the 1988 pitch to NBC for Seinfeld, Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld didn't pitch a show about nothing. The real pitch for the show was a sitcom about how a comedian gets his material. The show about nothing was just a joke in an episode about the show within the show. The pilot was filmed at Stage 8 of Desilu Cahuenga Studios, the same studios where I Love Lucy, The Dick Van Dyke Show, and The Golden Girls were filmed, and is currently the Red Digital Cinema Camera Company's studio. In the pilot for Seinfeld, there was no Elaine character, just a sassy waitress named Claire, played by Lee Garlington. Although the pilot didn't generate buzz at NBC like The Cosby Show or The Golden Girls did, some executives fought for the show. Warren Littlefield, then the second in command for NBC's entertainment division, knew the show, quote, was something different. The room embraced the humor and the attitude. Littlefield's boss, Brandon Tartikoff, however, was not convinced. Tartikoff, being a Jewish man from New York himself, described the show as being, quote, too New York, too Jewish.
Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about Dr. Watley. I have a suspicion that he's converted to Judaism purely for the jokes.
And this offends you as a Jewish person?
No, it offends me as a comedian.
Larry David instituted a policy of, quote, no hugging and no learning on the show. He wanted the show to avoid sentimentality and moral lessons, and wanted the characters to never learn or grow from their wrongdoings. While most people know that George Costanza was modeled after Larry David, Jerry Seinfeld has a real-life friend named Mike Costanza. That friendship didn't last long because Mike sued Jerry, Larry, and NBC for $100 million, claiming invasion of privacy and defamation of character. The case was ultimately dismissed. Despite becoming a catchphrase, Jerry only says,
"Hello, Newman,"
just 16 times throughout the 180 episodes.
Perhaps there's more to Newman than meets the eye.
No, there's less.
Hello, Mrs. Seinfeld. Hello, Newman.
Excellent. Excellent.
The last episode of the show, titled The Finale, aired on NBC on May 14, 1998, and attracted an audience of 76 million viewers. The fake working title for the episode was A Tough Nut to Crack, to throw off details of the episode from leaking.
So what is the deal with the yard? I mean, when I was a kid, my mother wanted me to play in the yard, but of course she didn't have to worry about my next-door neighbor Tommy sticking a shiv in my thigh.
Some advertisers paid $1 million for a 30-second commercial during the U.S. broadcast of the finale, marking the first time ever on American television history that a regular primetime television series had commanded at least a $1 million advertising rate. In March of 2009, it was announced that the Seinfeld cast would reunite in an episode of Larry David's show Curb Your Enthusiasm. This was the first time since Seinfeld went off the air that the main cast appeared on a scripted show together. And here's a bonus one. Larry David wrote 62 of the 180 episodes of Seinfeld, including the contest, for which he won a Primetime Emmy Award. Larry David made a $1.7 billion deal for the syndication rights for the show.
Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home.
That's it for this episode of You Think You Know TV. Make sure you subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.